Alright, well, in typical Ross fashion, instead of doing what I should be doing, I'm going to do what I want to be doing. And that is putting together more of this 66 that's been apart for way longer than I intended now, but that's just the way it worked out. So we have to put the water pump on, adjust the valves, and yeah, I think that's pretty well where we're at. Eventually we're going to change the oil. 2019 is the last time that's been done. I think, yeah, that's our plan. So we'll get going on that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This here is my 66 row crop fleet line, as you will. But anyway, I don't remember where we left it last time. I think off camera I put all this back together here. So that is all hooked up and ready to roll. And I'm pretty sure the only things we got to do are like what I just said. We got to put water pump on, and we have to what am I trying to say? Well, I'm trying to say that water pump and valves are a big thing, and thermostat housing, and I see that I did not get these painted, so I guess they're going on not painted, because we ain't waiting. And we got to put that fan in there now, I believe. Maybe we can get we might be able to get the pulleys on after the fact. So yeah, we'll wait with those. Maybe I can paint them later and what have you. I was going to use them to put the belts on and turn the motor over, but we can do that another way if we have to. I don't even remember what happened to all this stuff. The belts, you know, there should be 2 belts. I see 1 belt. Okay, there's the second one. We'll see what we got to do, but I'm going to start with the water pump, mounting it up. I got it ready to go. It just needs done. We need to clean that maybe a little bit more because it is probably flash rusted again, which it has. So I'm going to get the little wire wheel on the drill and just give that a shot and see what happens. Sure would have been handy if Ross got his new power pole set and hooked up the electric again, but he didn't do that. So we're working in the dark. I don't even know that you can see anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if I go in this way. Nope, now the thing ain't even close to the... Oh, sad dummy. I don't know if you saw that, but I wound up a rag that I had stuffed in the water pipe there and splashed antifreeze all over. So that's nice. Stupidity comes in many forms. And around here, it's just my shape and size. We're going to see what that looks like. I'm going to move these 2 buckets, too, because I know I'm going to drop something in the antifreeze if I don't. How's that look? Could be better. Could be worse. I think it's good. Oh, yeah. It's amazing how we just watched me put a water pump on a 1650. Now we're going to watch me put a water pump on a 66. So, we're going to use a little of the old number 2 on there. But first, we got to find our gasket. What did we do with it? Well, I think we had it laying in our kitchen for a long time. And then we decided we were going to start fixing tractors after many moons. So, luckily, still able to find it. Now we got to do some mathematics here. That ain't right. Why can't I? There. No? What? Okay, you're not this stupid. Now, think back. There. There. That's how it goes. Alright. So what I'm going to do is make a total mess of my life. I'm very good at that. I'm very good at that. Especially if there's ladies involved. Alright. I don't know why we're putting the lid back on. We got to do more. We know this is going to make a tremendous mess. And this stuff does not come off in the shower. So, that's the nice thing about number 2. It's water resistant. So it takes a while. Probably don't do this just before you go to the prom. Or whatever it is you people do. Really don't want to get that weep hole full of it. And then the phone rings right when you're covered with silicone. Or Permatex, I should say. This ain't no black silicone. Some people probably wouldn't do this, but water surfaces, guys, I don't know. Just seems like a little bit extra help never hurt nobody. We got to clean that up a little. I'm not happy with the mess that I made. I'm gonna get the old brake clean on that. Okay. Now, oh. Alright, can we get it? Well, we should have got our bolts ready first, you know? Dum-dum. And those aren't it. Those are not our bolts, are they? Those are the bolts. No, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the bolt. Okay, they are the bolts. Never mind, I'm an idiot. But I got a bad lock washer. I'm going to have to cure that problem. There's my thermostat bolts. We'll rob the lock off of that. Okay. Can we make this go? Well, we've done stupider things. I think they're all the same length. We're gonna get that. Put a couple in just so we don't screw up our gasket. We want our gasket. See if we can't spill them all out now. It seems like I'm doing the right thing, but then other times it seems like I'm not. I think we're good. So here's the situation. Water pump is on. Now we gotta get our tools to be able to put it tight. And did we bring enough tools? Well, probably not. Also, this alternator is kind of in my way. I mean, it ain't really ergonomically friendly. Much like using my left hand to do this now, so I can play on my phone with the right hand. But that's okay. Lots of people are used to using the phone one-handed so they can do activities. I can figure it out too. I'm going to tighten them all a little, and then I'll go back and give them the final tightening. Make sure that's all on there. I think I can finagle my pulleys on there if I'm I guess I should make sure before we get too far, but I'm thinking if I do this just right, a guy could do. Now, I think a guy should have probably put them on to start with, shouldn't he? Can he? Can he get it in there? I think he can, yeah. He can get them in there, so he will clean them up and paint them before final assembly here. Let's get that back ones in. Man, it would be handy to, you know, be able to reach stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the extension on maybe. Then it'll be too much. We know how this game plays. It's either too much or not enough. There, that one's kind of tightish. Sure. Oh, okay. Sure. I think we got her. Uh-oh. I loosened it. Come on there. There. All right. Now, I shouldn't have walked around here yet, but no, we can. I got an idea. Just a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yes, I got it now. We're going to use our tool from a viewer. This Klein screwdriver, which interchanges and you can flip around. We're going to use it to try to tighten the hose clamp to the bottom radiator hose. We're also going to hope that that's up there high enough, because I don't see a way to make it any better. Is there? I don't know. Now the trick's going to be getting this where we can actually get a screwdriver on it. And hoping that it doesn't hit the belt, and hoping that we don't drop it, because we are clumsy. I'm not convinced that I got that just exactly right, but time will tell when it leaks everywhere. We may have to get us a longer piece of hose. Well, we'll see. Looks okay-ish. Alright, so what's next in our bag of tricks? Well, thermostat housing with a new thermostat in it. Could be cleaned up and put on. Howsomever, I was thinking there was... Oh, we need to get us better bolts, because we don't have good enough bolts. We got... I'll show you. These are kind of crusty and rusty, and I don't have any lock washers on them, so I'm gonna go hunt up some new bolts. We can slap that on there, and then the water system is sealed up, and we can work on valve adjusting. Oh, and I'll get stuff and clean up those real quick and paint them, and then they can be drying, and then that way, you know, that's our last step. I just feel like at this point they need to be cleaned up and painted, otherwise it looks stupid when you got rusty pulleys on there. We've had everything else apart, so that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, but she's coming along, friends. I don't know what I did here either. Did I not didn't tighten those down. Why didn't I do that? Because I was going to pull them out to crank it over maybe. Luckily, it's pretty obvious what order they were in because, yeah, they don't reach in the other order. That's the nice thing, I guess, about the distributor being offset. Because you think about this as the same as the 6-cylinder motor with 2 of them chopped off. So, anyway, I'll get the stuff and then I'll bring you back. Alright, well, guess what? No bolts to be had of new variety. So I cleaned up the old ones. We're going to go with it. We're going to hope that that's all it's going to take. So, everything is cleaned up. It's just a matter of lubing everything appropriately. We're going to just give her a little coating of this. Good old number 2, just to be helpful. See, there's some pitting there in that area there. So we're going to roll on a little bit. We don't want a lot. We just want enough to help the gasket out a little bit. Help the little feller out. You know? He's working hard. He's under pressure. Not on this one. He's not supposed to be, but he was before because his head was junk. Yes, cow. I hope that you're not causing problems because I haven't seen them for a while. I assume they're down there doing cow things. I hope they're not out eating corn things that they shouldn't be, but all right. Need my gasket. Yeah, it ain't quite perfect, but it'll buff. It'll buff. Oh, I forgot I was going to try to do way too many operations at once again. Yeah. Now that we made a fool of ourselves, we should be able to go. What is happening here? Come on. There. Oh, this is an ordeal. Like everything. How is it always an ordeal? I should get a deal on ordeals. There we go. If it leaks, we'll do it again. I don't think it will, but you never know. We'll cut that sound bite out when it pours water out of it. Are we there? I think we are. That's the one we were just on. It appears tight. That appears tight. That appears tight. Okay. Then, we might as well put our clamp. This radiator's got a weird reinforcement or adapter ring or something around it. I don't know that I've ever really seen that situation before, so I'm not sure what they were doing there. Although this radiator might have come out of something totally different, who knows? At this point in their lives, you never know what you'll find. There. Okay, so now the benefit of doing that right there was that the water system is sealed up totally. And we don't have to have rags stuffed in anything anymore. And now we can work on this affair here. 10 and 17 should be what we're after. So let's get after it. So, got my handy tool here. And I got my valve tool too now. And guess what? This motor, for whatever reason, has a different size nut on there. So I'm going to have to go get a 5/8, I guess, because 9 ain't going to do it. That's unusual. Yep, 5/8. So I'll have to go get that. Let's double check everything else while we're here. We're going to have to do something to turn it over. Since there ain't no belt on it, that was kind of why I had in my mind I'd just take the plugs out, I guess. But we got 10. And we need to find 16. That's 36. That's too many. I really need to get a better one of these because this ain't working. There's 18. 17 and 10. 10 and 17. So, yeah. I'll have to get a 5/8 and then we can get going. Alright, we should be good to go now. I'm going to try to shed some light on the situation here for you. I don't know if that's going to help you or not. One time I did this and I could tell in the editing that it made it worse because, yeah. So, we're going to go with it. And we're going to roll this over. I think I figured out how to do it with sticking my arm under there. We're just going to roll her over till we see something happen. Okay. That ain't working there. Okay, right there. That one just did its thing. So now we're going to do this one. Alright. 1, 2, 4, 3. So, we're going to do this one. 10 and 17. And the outside one is the 17 one. That is exhaust. And maybe. Grr! What is happening here? Uh-oh. We don't want that. There. I don't know how usable this footage is going to be. Can you see? I hope. But if I hold this, there. 17. Man, these are far away. How did we get there? Well, I can't answer that. Maybe it's possible that they weren't even close to start with. I'm not happy. There we go. All right. One, two, four, three. So we got one. One done. So the next one we're going to do is two. So we need to watch cylinder 3. When that goes up, and then there we go. Now we're going to do this one. Loosen them both. They're both very loose, I can see. Jeez. Whoever adjusted the valves on it last time really wrenched that stuff down. Okay, now, see, they're reversed. Exhaust, intake, intake, exhaust. So now, we need the number 10 again. That's too much. All right, we're gonna call those adjusted. We're gonna have to glue our valve cover gasket to the valve cover, so that'll be another day's project. And then just button it up, and we're ready to try to start it. Put water in it. We'll probably run it first and then change the oil. But yeah, well, the camera got too hot and it's about to die, so I guess we'll call this one here. Next time, hopefully, we'll see it run. Put water in it, seal it up. Yeah, run it a little bit, change the oil. We should be good to go. So, as always, if you enjoy the videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment. That doesn't cost you anything. And as always, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.